Well, there was also issuing its annual State of the North report was the think tank, the IPPR North. Among its findings, if the North were a country, it would rank 38th out of 39 OECD countries in terms of investment. Productivity is £7 lower per hour in the North than the England average, and hourly pay is £1.60 lower. And a lack of funding for research and development, social infrastructure and transport is holding us back, according to the report. Well, let's speak to one of its authors, Zoë Billingham. Zoë, I suppose your think tank could be classed as left-leaning. So were you being entirely fair? Were you being biased, do you think?
We're not here to be political. I think on anybody's analysis, levelling up is very much on life support, and our findings this week demonstrate the scale of the underinvestment in the North, which for sure is one of the contributors to why the North is lagging in all those indicators that you just set out. But I think the key thing that we took away from the report is levelling up is entirely possible when we look internationally. We look to Germany, has been referenced already in the programme. They've put it into law that the government must level up, must reduce the differences in standards in living across the country. If we look to Sweden, we see how they've used the net zero transition to target investment in the places that need it the most. And if we look to Japan, we see that local leaders have a whole different set of tax raising powers that can help them fund local infrastructure. So levelling up is still what the public wants. It's still totally needed. But as a policy, as it stands, is very much on life support.
Zoë, you were, I think you were at the actual convention of the North, weren't you? I mean, what did you make of some of the things that you heard the politicians talking about? Were you confident by them all coming together like that?
Well, I think it was reassuring to see the extent of the sort of positivity in the room about what is possible. But I think for those of us working and listening in on these debates, what we really need to see now is concrete action. And when we look at international examples and we take lessons for the UK, there are a few things that pop out there. Firstly, I think we really need to deepen and mature the relationship between local and central government. We still have a sort of culture where local government has to kind of go asking to central government for the things it essentially needs. We also see, as you discussed already in the programme, big ticket items that have long lead-in times, like transport investment. You know, you can't flip-flop around with these sorts of ideas and policies. Businesses, the constructors, the people involved in the design and build of these things need long lead-in time. So I would want government also to do long-term commitments as opposed to changing their mind on the details every week.
Zoë, thank you very much.